My students ran into a little problem. They wanted to make a Spotlight Lightbox type video player and wanted to use, they tried using EdgeDocs, but EdgeDocs won't take Vimeo. Now Vimeo, because of the university I teach at and the school in that university, we like to have our professional pieces in Vimeo. I don't know why. They just make up policy, so I don't know why. Anyway, so we had to build one, and that's what we're going to do. Now I've set up a basic page. Standard page, got a title, got an image, got some text, which is ipsum lorem, got a button. There is nothing special about this. What we're going to make is we're going to make a symbol that's going to hold the video. So first thing I'm going to do is lock all this stuff so I don't mess it up. And you lock things by just clicking the little dots there. Okay, everything's locked. Now, first thing I want to do, I need to create a rectangle. And I am going to grab and drag a rectangle right across and make it exactly the same size as the stage. And the stage this time is 1024 by 800. The rest of my work I can do in a symbol once I create it. So I'm going to modify this, convert to symbol, and I'll name this the viewer. Pretty easy. Okay. And I'll delete it from the stage. Now I don't have to worry about this stuff being locked up. And we're fine. Put that back there. And let's double click our... Now, there is nothing to this, obviously. So let's do that. Let's grab another rectangle. This will be rectangle 2, and drag out approximately the size we want. Okay. Now I'm going to change this to black because I prefer black. So there you go. And I'm going to make this a sort of a dark gray because I'm going to match the background to it later. So I'll click here, and I happen to know that it is in the RGB 30 and 30 and 30, and instead of 100% it's 0.90. Okay, so we got a nice dark gray. We're going to need that number later because that's the color we're going to do the background. Alright, now I'm going to click what's going to hold the video, and I'm going to put a stroke around there, about a 10 pixel stroke. I'm going to make it white. There you go. And then I'm going to center this up, and I'll use the guides to help me, and we'll hit it eventually. There we go, nice and centered up. Now the only thing missing out of here is a way to close up my video once it's done. And I'm going to do something real simple. I'm going to grab the text tool, and I'm just going to type in X, and that X, I'm going to change the color from black to white. There we go. I'm going to center it in the box, and I'm going to drag it down a little bit closer, like about that. And I'm going to do one other thing, and I recommend, it's sort of that professional polish looking thing. I'm going to change the cursor from auto to the finger. Alright, I will be coming back to this to add the coding, but right now we've got our symbol. So we'll go to the stage, and here we are. Now when I press this button, this is a button, I'm going to have to add some code to it. So I'm going to simply, I've already got it set up, so it's going to take a click, and I need to add my coding. So what do I want it to do? It seems like a reasonable question, right? So the first thing I want to do is when I click it, that the whole HTML turns a particular color, which is that gray color I picked before. So $, open parentheses, open double quotes, close parentheses, dot, CSS, okay, and I need to, what do I want CSS? So I'm going to open parentheses, open curly braces, open double quotes, close double quotes, semicolon, or colon rather, sorry, colon, open double quotes, close double quotes, close curly brace, close parentheses, semicolon. All I gotta do is fill that in. So I want the HTML, and I want the background color, color, spell it right, color, and I'm going to turn it into a RGBA, which is red, green, blue, like we normally would do, with an alpha, because I don't want this to be completely solid. So in between here I'll put R, red, green, blue, alpha, open parentheses, 30, 30, 30. Remember, this is just the color I want to use. You can do what you want. 0.90, close. So when I click that, this is going to turn that color gray. Okay, well, that's one line done. Now I have to do the tough part. Now we need to create some things that make everything work. So the first thing we need to do is create a couple of variables. So the first variable, var, and I'm going to just call it S. I like S. Equals sym dot create, small c, child, capital C, symbol, capital S. Make sure there's no spaces. Open parentheses, open double quotes, close double quotes, comma, open double quotes, close double quotes, close parentheses, semicolon. So the trick here is we have to create this child symbol, so we need to base it on something. Well, we made the viewer, so we're going to base it on the viewer. Make sure you spell it right. And we want it, when we press this button, to appear on the stage. So it's the stage, capital S-T-A-G-E, stage. All right, that's number one. It's gonna seem crazy to do this, but trust me. Var, and I'm gonna call it V, equals S dot $, open parentheses, open double quotes, close parentheses, semicolon. Now what I want to put in here is going to be that where the actual video goes in. So I'm going to double click my thing there, and I see that this is called rectangle 2. So I need to get back to my code window. And so we want this to be rectangle 2, because that's where the video is going. So we're getting there. Now we need to create a variable that'll hold the video. So var, the video. Now you could have a bunch of videos, so I'm going to put one on here. Equals open single quotes, close single quote, semicolon. So what do I need to do now? Well, I'm going to need to go get that Vimeo on Seattle. So I'm going to jump over here. Where are you, you little sucker? There you are. And we're going to grab the shared code. So if you click here, and there's the embedded code. Now I'll tell you right now, here's the problem. There's a lot of code you don't need. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to grab text editor, text edit, just open it up. I don't have to do much for this because I just want to edit this. So I'm going to paste in my share. And if you look at this, now I'm going to get this bigger so you can actually see what I'm doing. There's a whole lot of stuff here. The thing is, everything after the iframe, from here on, I don't really need. So I'm going to delete it. Now I have my iframe that I want. We're going to make more changes, but this is what we want. So I'm going to copy this. And you may wonder why I did it here. It's just easier. That's all for me, because this is a really small space. So I'm going to paste that in. The last thing we need to do, well, it's not really the last thing, but we're getting there, is we need to go v, which is this variable right here, v dot HTML, open parentheses, the video 1, close parentheses, semicolon. Now right now that'll open, but it's going to open any at this size, 500 by whatever. So there's a little trick you can do. So here's the trick. When you want to change this to match the same size as your rectangle, so the first thing, you delete the width, but leave those double quotes. Then single quote, and in between there, plus sign, plus sign. And in between the plus sign, we're going to type up the v dot width, open parentheses, close parentheses. That's it. That's for the width. Now I'm going to copy this because I'm very lazy. And I'm going to come over here to the height, and I'm going to delete that, paste that in, and change width to height. And pretty good. So let's go test this just to see if it works. There's our page. Click. There we go. And yes, it works. But we can't go back because we haven't programmed our X, our close. So we'll go back there. This is pretty easy, right? Alright, so let's click on the X, come down here in the code. Let me move this up for you. And we'll do a click. So when we click this thing, what do we want to do? Well, we want there to be a change in the CSS. And so we're going to write the CSS code. So $, this is going to be the HTML, because I need to change that back from that color. We changed it gray to a normal color. .css, open parentheses, open curly brace, open double quotes, close double quotes, colon, open double quotes, close double quotes, curly brace, close parentheses. There we go. So what are we trying to change back? Well, the background color, BACKGROUND, color. What color do we going to send it? We're going to make it white, pound. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Fs give you white. That's the first thing. All right, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to go set the stage back to its original color. So sym.get, no spaces, composition, capital COMPOSITION, composition, open parentheses, close parentheses, dot, get, capital S, stage, STAGE, open parentheses, close parentheses, dot. So what are we getting on the stage? Well, believe it or not, it's $. We're getting the stage, open parentheses, open double quotes, stage, close double quotes, close parentheses, dot. And you know, I'm done with this typing stuff, so I'm just going to copy the CSS here because that's what we're trying to do anyway. So I'm going to copy this and paste it in. Whoops, I got a double dot. Get rid of that. One more thing to do. We don't want that symbol to be there, so we have to have it delete. So it's sym.delete, DELETE, symbol with a capital S, MBOL, open parentheses, close parentheses, semicolon. That was a lot, right? So let's test it. Command return. There we go. We'll play this. It plays. We can even go full screen if we want. Kind of cool, right? And when we're all done, if we click the X, we're right back where we started, and we can continue adding and subtracting videos as we want. As I said, some of the things that you might want to consider if you make this responsive. Remember, it's going to get big. So let's click on the stage. Let's make it, we've got it center stage and responsive. You can make it width, height, or both. I currently have it on width, but I could put it on both. Command return. There we go. And it is now responsive. Looks normal. Pretty cool, huh? And that's how you make a light box type receptor. This will hold YouTube. This will hold a slideshow. It'll hold just about anything you want to put in it. It's just a real easy way to build it. Okay, I'm done. Out of here.